They're not yet close to the halfway point of the season, but the bye week is usually a time to reflect on what's gone well and what hasn't in an NFL season. For Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers, there's a lot of reflecting to do.
All I can say is I'm not a racist. I don't have an ounce of racism in me.
When ignorance is mixed with power, that is a deadly combination for a lot of people in your wake.
The sports world is shocked this past week when inflammatory emails authored by John Gruden are made public. We'll get a reaction from San Jose State professor Dr. Sean Fletcher. All right. Well, when the GMC Sports Weekend continues, a little more information on the 49ers' second-year wide receiver who made a splash as a rookie, but has at times this year seemed like a forgotten man.
He checked homophobia, he checked racism, he checked misogyny, sexism, he checked a number of different isms.
Dr. Sean Fletcher of San Jose State University speaks out and has some strong opinions about now former Raider head coach John Gruden in a ton of hot water as the GMC Sports Weekend continues.
Watching GMC Sports Weekend.
I think I speak for a lot of football fans who are pretty stunned about the developments of this past week with regard to John Gruden. Just absolutely stunning, the fallout over his inflammatory emails discovered during an investigation of the Washington football team, brought about by a completely different set of transgressions, and they were investigating that team. Well, they found a flood of emails sent to former Raider executive Bruce Allen on company email. Gruden authored dozens of emails which were racially bigoted, sexist, homophobic, and misogynistic in nature. I spoke with San Jose State professor Dr. Sean Fletcher about the various issues surrounding this Gruden story.
How complicit is the NFL, generally speaking, and the Raiders specifically in kind of like trying to, again, sweep this under the carpet real quick?
Mm-hmm. So the NFL absolutely knows more than what they let on, the timing of it all. And on the side of the Las Vegas Raiders, presumably, and giving them the benefit of the doubt, that they did not know about this during the recruitment and the hiring eventually of John Gruden. They did know prior to allowing him to coach the game last Sunday. That was as egregious as it gets. That indicates to me that most likely Mark Davis was hoping that this would blow over.
All I can say is I'm not a racist. I don't have an ounce of racism in me.
Explain to people who still don't understand why it's such a tired response on John Gruden's part when he says, I don't have a racist bone in my body.
It's tired. It's exhausting. It's quite honestly insulting to our intelligence. He checked homophobia. He checked racism. He checked misogyny, sexism. He checked a number of different isms, not the least of which targeted individuals within his organization, that he spoke out against them even being represented. His statements over the course of years, it flew in the face of the very representation that we've been fighting for within professional sports. Carl Nassib, the first openly gay active player to be on an NFL roster, is on his team. And it came out that he was against Michael Sam and the league pushing for representation, pushing for diversity, pushing for women to be in significant positions of power and refereeing. He was against the very progress that we all fight for.
I have someone in my life who said, come on, man. John Gruden's just a good old dude. He's a football guy. He says stuff. We all say stuff off the cuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had no answer for him. To me, in some ways, that's almost a hopeless situation.
Racism, sexism, homophobia, these are not victimless statements. These are not victimless transgressions. And especially in a position of power that John Gruden found himself in. And to question the very heart of someone of color's intelligence is setting them back significantly to try and make the progress that they want to make for themselves and their families. When ignorance is mixed with power, that is a deadly combination for a lot of people in your wake.
Is this the tip of the iceberg, just say within the NFL, where this thing could really rage like a burning fire?
I think the NFL would love to put this behind them, but I don't believe that they're going to be able to. I believe that there are a number of NFL and potentially other leagues that exchanged emails with Bruce Allen. I feel pretty comfortable saying that there are some people who aren't going to sleep very well over the next couple of days and weeks.
All right, some pretty strong opinions expressed there, and I think this is a story that we're going to be hearing about for quite some time.